Leonor's image shifted in just 1 week. In a single week, Princess Leonor of Spain carried out a sequence of public, constitutionally grounded responsibilities that drew renewed attention from media, institutions, and the public. None of these moments were unexpected, improvised, or personal in nature. Each followed established protocol and long-standing precedent. Yet taken together, they produced a noticeable shift in how her role was discussed and understood. This matters not because of optics alone, but because it offers a clear case study in how constitutional monarchies shape public perception through duty rather than narrative. By the end of this video, you will understand how that shift occurred, why it unfolded within such a short period, and what it reveals about leadership preparation in modern European monarchy. This week did not create a new image. It clarified an existing one. And that distinction is essential. To understand the shift, it is important to begin with Spain's constitutional structure. Under the 1978 Constitution, the monarchy functions as a non-political institution, tasked with representation, continuity, and national unity. The heir to the throne is not a symbolic figure in waiting, but an individual undergoing visible, structured preparation to assume those responsibilities in the future. Princess Leonor's public role has expanded gradually in line with this framework. Her education, military training, and formal appearances have all been publicly documented and carefully staged over time. What made this particular week stand out was not the novelty of any single event, but the concentration of responsibilities that illustrated institutional readiness. In constitutional systems, timing often matters as much as content. And this timing was widely noted. Public record shows that heirs are evaluated not on personality, but on performance within defined roles. This week offered several examples of that performance. Each appearance adhered to protocol, reflected institutional awareness, and reinforced the Crown's constitutional boundaries. Media analysis during the period focused on clarity, consistency, and composure. Importantly, commentary avoided speculation and instead assessed actions against historical standards. This type of analysis is typical in Spain, where the monarchy's legitimacy is closely tied to its respect for democratic norms. The result was not excitement, but acknowledgement, a subtle but meaningful form of validation. This acknowledgement marks the beginning of perceptual change. Spain's recent institutional history adds further context. The monarchy's modern role has been shaped by periods of transition, scrutiny, and reform. As a result, public expectations are precise. Visibility without purpose is often viewed skeptically, while responsibility demonstrated within limits is received more positively. Princess Leonor's actions during this week aligned closely with these expectations. Analysts described them as measured and appropriate rather than ambitious or performative. This framing matters because it positions the heir not as an individual seeking approval, but as a participant in a constitutional process. Such positioning strengthens institutional confidence over time. And confidence, once established, reshapes perception. Comparisons with other European monarchies help clarify why this shift occurred so quickly. In Sweden, the Netherlands, and Belgium, heirs have experienced similar moments where clustered public duties prompted reassessment. In each case, perception shifted not due to a single headline, but due to accumulated evidence of preparation. Spain's case follows this pattern. The difference lies in the country's heightened sensitivity to constitutional conduct. Here, even small deviations are scrutinized, while adherence is rewarded with cautious trust. This week provided that adherence in concentrated form. And concentration accelerates recognition. Another important factor was institutional continuity. Princess Leonor's actions were widely viewed as consistent with the approach taken by King Felipe VI, whose reign has emphasized constitutional rigor and public responsibility. This continuity reassured observers that the succession process remains stable and deliberate. Media commentary framed the week as confirmation rather than transformation. The image shift, therefore, was not about change in character, but change in visibility of competence. This distinction reinforces the educational value of the moment. It demonstrates how institutions communicate through action. Equally significant was what the week did not include. There were no departures from neutrality, no personalization of public roles, and no attempts to redefine the institution. In constitutional monarchy, restraint is itself a signal of readiness. By remaining firmly within established boundaries, Princess Leonor underscored the monarchy's commitment to its defined function. This approach contrasts with historical periods when heirs attempted to modernize through symbolism alone. Spain's experience suggests that stability is often the most persuasive form of modernization. And this week reflected that principle clearly. Public discussion following the week reflected measured reassessment. Rather than focusing on future scenarios, commentary centered on present performance. This shift in focus is significant because it anchors perception in observable reality. Educational and institutional observers highlighted the importance of repetition and consistency. 1 week does not define a reign, but it can clarify direction. In this case, the direction appeared aligned with constitutional expectations. Such alignment reduces uncertainty, and reduced uncertainty reshapes public dialogue. From a broader leadership perspective, this episode illustrates how preparation becomes visible. Training conducted over years often goes unnoticed until moments of public responsibility bring it into focus. When those moments occur in close succession, perception can shift rapidly. Princess Leonor's experience reflects this dynamic. Her image did not change because of personal narrative, but because preparation intersected with opportunity. This pattern is common across constitutional systems. And it offers lessons beyond monarchy. Looking ahead, the significance of this week lies in its cumulative effect. It adds to a growing public record that will be referenced in future assessments. Over time, such records form the basis of institutional memory. For now, the shift remains modest but clear. Discussion has moved from abstract anticipation toward concrete evaluation. That movement marks a maturation of public understanding. And maturation, in constitutional terms, is progress. The analytical takeaway is that leadership credibility is built through visible responsibility exercised within established frameworks. In just 1 week, Princess Leonor's public role was clarified, not reinvented. The image shift reflects recognition of preparation rather than expectation of change. In constitutional monarchy, that distinction is crucial. And it is through moments like these that institutions quietly reaffirm themselves. Only 1 in 10 viewers here is subscribed. If you value thoughtful insights into royalty and leadership, join the community.